In theory, our dining room should be a gathering place to relax with family and friends. But in today's era of the casual, great room, and busy schedules, in practice, they often become a gathering place for bills or laundry or homework projects. Today's segment is all about revitalizing the dining room and giving it a proper place in our very social lives. Joining me now is Sandra Lambert from Realm Design. So Sandra, this dining room behind us, this gorgeous space, is actually your own dining room, correct?
It is. Today I wanted to show you a space that I entertain in for holidays and special occasions, but sometimes even days when we have a lot of people over where we put the kids in one room and we have the adults in the other room. It's kind of nice. They finish up, they leave, we have our private dinner in our little space.
Okay, so in today's culture, today's social environment, why is it important to bring back the dining room?
People still like the kitchen, they'll always congregate there. But I think after a long day or the weekends are approaching, people like to be able to entertain in their own home. And for the dining room, you can have a little fun there. You can make it like your little theater, your little stage. You can have a more formal gathering, or you can have something a little more casual. So people do say to me, you know, I'm looking for an environment where folks are gonna say, wow, this is a different look from the rest of your home. I still feel like it's warm and cozy, but it's a little formal.
So I love this cozy little seating area. How do you use this space?
Well, this space flows from the dining room. Most people may say, oh, I'm going to go into the living room. I actually call it an extension of the living room and the dining room. People can come in here before dinner, have a drink when the dinner's not ready, and then afterwards they still feel like they're part of what's going on in the dining room if they come here and sit and chat.
So tell me about the switch.
Well, originally the dining room furniture was actually here. We decided we needed more room, so we just switched the furniture and we put it in this room.
Okay, so speaking of the furniture, let's start with the table and chairs. What makes a good dining room set?
It's very important to find a table and chairs that's going to work with the size of your room, but you also have to love the way it looks. This piece happens to be an antique set from the 1920s.
That sounds expensive.
You would think so, maybe if you found it in a high-end antique store, but I actually got this at an auction and I refinished it myself. It had tons of layers of lacquer. It was almost black.
And what about comfort? That's pretty important, right?
It is important that they're comfortable, and what I think is important is to have a variety of chairs. So you'll notice there's armchairs and there's armless chairs. The reason why you'll want some armchairs is because some people do like to get in and out of a chair. It's a little bit easier with an arm, and then some people just like to sit back and have a place to put their arms. So that's why chairs are important to have different types.
What about the other furniture in the room? How do you use these sideboards?
This is a small sideboard, this one here, and I put things on it that we're not using right at the moment for the dinner, be it old appetizer plates or things I don't want to bring to the kitchen at that moment.
And what about the art in the room?
The artwork, I didn't choose a lot of artwork for the room. I didn't want to overpower, but I did choose two different types, and variety is important, I think. But I also like with art, if you notice with the color of the room, it's different from the color of the room. I don't like my artwork to match the room.
So when we have designers on the show, they always talk about choosing a focal point for the room. This one seems to have multiple focal points. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, day and night is different. Right now you might notice that the landscaping is overpowering and becoming your focal point. There's 3 sets of French doors, and it allows light in, and it allows you to see nature, which is ever changing, so different seasons brings different things to look at. Other things in the room that are focal points I consider would be the ceiling. The artist that did the ceiling, it's a multi-step process. It starts out bright red, and then he works his magic with a leafing product. It's actually 14 karat gold leaf that he puts on with a brush, and then he kind of has a little bit of a secret of how he ages it, and it was done aging after 3 months. So after that point it was done oxidizing, and it has this very unique, one-of-a-kind look.
Having a great dining room just makes entertaining easier. It's like inviting your friends over to your own private club, which happens to serve your favorite food and be conveniently located in your house.